What's up, Cooksy Mob? Hey, I need to put some stuff out there. I need to clarify my comments on Hunter Lawrence right after the race. I was not questioning his toughness or his manhood, but I'll get into that. Also want to address Johnny Hopper and I. We got into it on his show last Friday, and I think I'm going to bow out of that. But I'll explain the whole situation. Just hang in there. But I want to thank Coach Rob at Complete Racing Solutions. Coach Rob is one of the toughest guys on planet Earth. Had a heart attack. He did a show, didn't tell us, from the hospital. The dude's a badass, but go check out his programs. He's got them for everybody, and they cover all aspects of your program. Epic Garage Designs. If you need to clean up your garage, get yourself a pro rack. Just hang a pro rack on the wall, hang your bikes from it, put some stuff. You'd be shocked at how much room you have that you didn't know you have. Ride Strapped. Check out ridestrap.com. They got the shirts, goggles, all sorts of cool stuff, and I love it. Chris is doing some more shirts, some Cooksy shirts. I love it. He has a good time with it. But we're about to do some cool stuff. In fact, I'm the one that hasn't got him the distribution model that we're working on, but we're trying to do something to give back to the industry. And then if you're shipping something, hit up Precision Transport. You tired of dealing with trucking companies that jerk you around? How about you support one that supports motocross, loves motocross, they actually love fighting too. Big jiu-jitsu fans. But anyway, guys, I appreciate it, and let's get into this.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
All right, guys, so I kind of want to expand upon something I touched on. I did a show right after the race on Saturday night, and I was talking about Hunter Lawrence and the fact that I was disappointed that he didn't race, and I think he actually could have. And it sounded like I was questioning his toughness. I wasn't. Hunter is an absolute savage. He proved that in the Outdoor Nationals. What he fought through to win that title, lesser man would have quit, for sure. And the things that he's been through in his career, I'm not questioning his toughness. What I did question was in the interview, he said, he made it sound like in that interview that he needed to rest up for designations and in 450 testing. To me, it told me he didn't care as much about the SMX final or the SMX championship as the other stuff, as the outdoor title, as, designations or getting ready for the 450 Supercross for next year. To me, it discounted the SMX. And I think he's going to be, this is one that's going to come back and haunt him. I feel like if he had toughed it out and given him a shot, because think about this, Hunter Lawrence might never win another title. Where's he going to win it? He's going to the 450 class. Look at his brother, how good his brother is and how good those 450 guys are. How's he going to win another title? I mean, yes, it obviously can happen. Racing's racing, strange things happen, but I just don't see it. So my point was like, why wouldn't you take a Toradol shot and suck it up? I don't know how bad his back is. If he says it's bad, I believe him because I know Hunter Lawrence is tough. The only reason I even questioned it was because he said he needs to ride designations. If you're already saying in 2 weeks I'll be fine, how bad is that injury? Maybe if he races SMX, he wouldn't be able to race designations. But I just think that's, to me, and that's where I was coming from, that's the wrong move in my opinion. Because like I said, he might never win another title. He can go back to the designations next year, jump on a 250, or both him and Jet run 450s and they find another 250 riders. They'll have another shot at the designations. That silly race takes place every single year. But in his career, he will not. I mean, I never want to say never, but most likely he's never going to have a shot at a major 250 title again. And it's doubtful that he wins a 450 title. I know my buddy Coach Rob thinks that he's going to come in there and smash Jet and all these guys. I don't see that happening. He's going to be a podium guy. He's going to be a top 3 guy, and he'll be in the mix, and he'll get some race wins on the 450. I have no doubt about that. But as far as being the man and actually winning a championship, which the SMX championship, yes, it's the inaugural year. And guess what? history looks fondly upon the opening year of a series. This is going to be the premiere. You're going to start seeing Supercross and Motocross looked at as almost qualifiers. And the big dog will be the SMX crown. That's the one in 10 years that we're going to be looking at saying, damn, I want to be the SMX champion. That's the king of them all. And right now, that's Hayden Deegan. Love it, hate it, whatever you want. But Hayden Deegan is the king of SMX right now at this point. He just won the final race. Yes, albeit with 5-2 moto finishes, which, hey, it got the job done under the current format. He's your champ. So Hayden Deegan is that guy right now, and I'm just disappointed that, and I'm not, like I said, I don't want to question Hunter's toughness. Do not take it that way. I question his desire for the SMX championship. I don't think he cared, and I think he's going to look back in his career and be like, dang, I probably should have went for that one. And that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Time will tell. As far as who's going to be the 250 Kingpin next year, we have got it. It's wide open, guys. Obviously, Deegan. Deegan is your guy heading into 2024. He's fast. He's won. Now he's won on a Supercross hybrid. He has not won a Supercross yet, which people kind of forget. But he will. He absolutely will. He's got the skills. He won outdoors. He's got the endurance. Like I said, what I didn't know when he was considering turning pro, I didn't know if he had that dog in him. He comes from an affluent background. He hasn't had to struggle like the Lawrence family. He hasn't wondered where meals are coming from. He hasn't had, like, he's secure. He could stop racing right now, and I don't think he's going to ever be poor. I mean, obviously the Lawrences are there now, but at one point they weren't. And that creates a hunger in you that you don't often see. And that's what I wondered if Deegan has. Deegan absolutely has it. Joe Schmoda. I'm telling you, he is good, but I want to think he has that dog in him. And slamming Hayden was that was something we've all been calling for. We've all been asking, like, where's your aggression, Joe? But I don't know. And just so Joe knows, that's coming back on him. Hayden won't forget that type of a move. He will get paid back at some point or another. And Hayden's good at that type of riding. So just chalk that one in the memory, Joe. Hayden owes you one, and you will get it. The one thing about Hayden is he's not afraid to ride dirty, and he will put you in the cheap seats if he needs to. That's just the way Hayden is. Then you got Levi Kitchen. Pro Circuit's going to be tough with Levi Kitchen over there. I don't like where Joe was going. Joe's going to Honda, which I honestly, I'm not sold on that Honda bike. I think Hunter and Jet are so good that they've actually covered some deficiencies in that bike. While it's not bad, I don't think it's nearly as good as the Pro Circuit or the Star Yamaha. I do think the bike is behind. And with Joe being right on the edge, I don't know where that puts him. I mean, it's razor thin at the top, and there's a lot of guys that can win. So I don't know. It's going to be, and another guy that I'm excited to see is Max Voland. I was extremely disappointed at his LA. He's got speed, but he just doesn't seem to put it together. If he can't get it done on the Pro Circuit, this is a brutal sport. They write people off pretty quickly. Max has had 3 years on KTM. He gets 1 year on Pro Circuit, and if he can't make it happen, or at least get up there, I don't know if it's going to happen. And that's how it's a brutal sport. It's tough, and you strike while the iron's hot, or the industry moves on without you. And if you can't prove that you deserve these seats and you can prove potential to win the championships, then they're just going to go away from you. So, yeah. But hey, next year we have a lot to look forward to. And then World Supercross. So the off season, we've got Des Nations in 2 weeks. We've got some World Supercross rounds. And the off season's always fun with different events and different gossip. So don't think I won't be doing shows 2-3 times a week. So I'm absolutely still going to be here. I will not be doing the shit show with Hopper and Coach. Hopper and I kind of had a disagreement. Typically, Hopper and I, listen, I love that guy. He's one of my favorite people on earth. But we have some philosophical differences when it comes to how to handle positive, negative, and this industry. So I come from a background where I've been in the industry. I wrote for Vital. I wrote for MotoX Addicts. I've been in the press box. I've been on, I was a regular with Pulp. I did the Pulp stuff, Fly Motos. I did all that. But what I found is, and Hopper told me, he wants to back off the negativity and not say some of the things that I say, and he doesn't want to be associated with those things. And I'm not going to lie, that definitely hurt my feelings. I was like, ooh, because I don't mind when I get backlash. When I get backlash, it's fine. But when people close to me have to feel that backlash, they didn't sign up for that. I did that. I don't want Hopper to feel that. So I'm bowing out of the shit show because I don't want Hopper to be associated, because I have given up a ton to put myself in a position where I can say what I want. I love this sport. This sport is something I've been tied to since I started riding at 4 years old, and I love it. I've raced at a pretty high level. No, I was never Ricky Carmichael, and no, I never had huge glory, but I also have worked in the industry in many different angles. I worked for Tucker Power Sports, who's out of business. I worked for him back when they were Tucker Rocky, Western Power Sports. Like I said, I've done that. I've done some journalism. I've been around this industry. I know the business side of it. I know the racer side of it. I've raced Supermoto, the actual street dirt stuff. I did that when it was big in like 04, 05. So I've got a lot of racing knowledge. I've got a lot of business knowledge. And I like to share it. And I don't want some knucklehead at Feld, Sean Brennan, their media manager, who's from the music industry, who doesn't know jack shit about this sport, telling me what I should or shouldn't say. That pisses me off. The guy's like 5'2", and if you have a conversation with him, it's not a conversation. He tries to dress you down. He tries to like take you to his level. And I just don't like people like that. And I don't want to be in a position where my job and my livelihood or my platform is in jeopardy because that knucklehead claims that I shouldn't write whatever I should write. And he was constantly contacting Gibberson, Gibby at Vital when I was there. He constantly called up Dan from MotoX Addicts. Hey, why is Cooksey writing this? Why is Cooksey doing this? I don't want to have to explain to someone who doesn't know why I'm doing what I'm doing. Is everything I've done right? No, absolutely not. And I'd be the first one to say, sometimes I get things wrong. But what I can promise you is I'm authentic and I believe what I say, and I just put it out there. And if it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's right. I have really good sources. I know a lot of people close to this industry. And like I said, I know the business side. I know the racer side. And I'm just trying to give you my perspective. But I don't want my reputation to hold Johnny Hopper back. He told me he wants to kind of get a seat at the table because he thinks he can change more from the inside. More power to him. I feel like I had a seat at the table, and all it did was they put a thumb on me and held me down. And I'm like, I have fought to get out from under that to where I'm free to do whatever I want. I got my real estate license. I work in real estate now. So I can do whatever I want. And guess what? These clowns can't touch me. I can say whatever I want. I'm not beholden to Racer X. I'm not beholden to MX Sports. I'm not beholden to Feld. Those guys, while they've hit a home run with SMX, I'm not going to just go along with whatever narrative they say. If they do something really good, I'll give them kudos. If they do something really shitty, then I'm going to call them out for it. And that's where I'm at. And I don't want to have to stifle that because backlash is going towards my friends who are trying to do something different. So Hopper and I don't hit with this whole we're in a controversy thing. Just because I'm not going to do shows with him anymore does not mean I'm not one of his best friends. And Hopper needs me, I would jump to go help him. If you try to punch him at a Supercross race, I will jump on you. I love Hopper. He's my guy. But we have different philosophies. And yeah, I was kind of pissed off after the show, but like a good friend, we talked it out. But I've decided that I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm going to step back a little bit from that, and I'm just going to do my own platform. I have fought hard to get this platform, and I'm not going to just surrender it for no reason. It's a good platform, and I think I can do some really good things for this sport. And it's funny because a lot of people at Feld, besides the stupid media manager, listen to me. And actually, he doesn't know it, but I talk with a lot of people that he doesn't know I talk to. They don't like him either. They also understand he's an idiot from the music industry. And then when Davey Coombs gets mad, it's because Davey Coombs he doesn't want me messing with any of his profit. He doesn't want me to let people know the exploitation of rider pay and some of the things that are out there. That's why he gets so pissed. And he hides behind the thing of, you know, it's good for the sport. You're hurting the sport. No, I'm not hurting the sport. By telling people how much money is brought into an outdoor national and how much is shared with the actual riders, which are the fundamental beginning of the whole thing. You can put a race anywhere you want. With no riders, it doesn't matter. The riders, and I'm not even saying that Feld and MX Sports, they do a great job. They put a lot of risk. They put a lot of their own money in promotions. You can't tell me putting these events together is not a massive undertaking. And I'm thankful that they do that. But that doesn't mean I'm just going to cow down to whatever knucklehead thing they say and just kiss the ring. I'm just not going to do that. So anyway, guys, well, that's where I'm at. That's my rant for today. Oh, and if you want to help me maintain my independence, if you're selling a house or buying a house, you can be anywhere in the country. It doesn't matter. Reach out to me. Hit me up on chriscookseymedia@gmail.com. And I'm working with Berkshire and Hathaway, one of our largest agencies in the world when it comes to houses. I will get you set up, and yes, I get a referral fee. I will get you set up with an agent in your area that will get you the price you want, or sell it for the price you want, or buy it for the price you want. They will dial you in. And guess what? You're supporting me too. So I appreciate it. And yeah, let's keep this thing going, because I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here long after Sean Brennan's moved on back to the music industry or wherever he's at, because this isn't just a job for me. This is my life. This is what I love. And as long as I can take in air, I'm going to watch dirt bikes. I'm going to love dirt bikes, and I'm going to talk about them. And am I always going to be right? Nah. Like I said, some people gave me 80% credit. They're like, oh, 80% and then 20% off the cliff. Whatever. Guess what? Mainstream news is about 15%, so I'm way ahead of those guys. And, you know, sometimes I do lean on stuff a little bit hard. Like I was a bit hard on Ricky. But once again, that's a little bit misunderstood. I'm not making fun of him calling people Hunter Deegan or Jet, Jet Sexton. Those things are fine. I'm not making fun of those. What pisses me off about Ricky is his fact that he's such a puss. He won't put his opinion out there because he's so afraid to make anyone mad. So he has to preface it with like, I believe, I think, they're all great, like they're all rainbows, and like, come on, man. I know damn well that's not how he talks when he's outside of there. He is so scared to hurt anyone's feelings or do anything negative. He's just a puppet. I know he's the greatest of all time. He didn't race like that. So to see him talking like that bothers me. It's not the little stuff that I do too. Listen, I get names mixed up. I'm not the best with the English language. I'm not Wygant. I'm not any of those guys. I don't think I could do that job. It's a hard job, but it's the unwillingness to put himself out there. Like James gets those things wrong too. James all the time messes up with words and stuff, but he still puts his opinion out there. He's not scared. He's not laying up every time. He's going for it, and that I can live with. Right, wrong, or indifferent, just put it out there. So anyway, guys, subscribe, and I will catch you later.